Order gatherers are people that actually try to infiltrate local areas by coming on the web and looking like they have a presence in those states or those cities, and they have no such evidence. They're usually from California or they're from Michigan, and they're trying to convince you when you call Scranton Flowers or you call Raleigh Flowers that they're actually located in that town. What they do is when they grab your order, they add these ridiculous service fees onto it for $15, $20. One guy in Michigan charges $19.99 plus 6%, or $14.99 plus 6%. Then they charge you extra if you want same-day delivery. The customer has no idea when they're ordering online that they're not actually talking to the real flower shop. That's the problem. And the best way for you to know is when you go to checkout. If you see checkout and you see other service fees, meaning anything besides delivery, then you know you're getting hosed. So you immediately cancel the order and try again until you hit a florist that you're familiar with. What we're trying to do is get the public a little bit more aware that there's a lot of scams going on right now. I mean, we've been doing this for 62 years at the McCarthy Company. There's no scam. You come, you pay exactly what you say you're going to pay. It's this price plus a delivery charge. That's it. The florist on the other end that's hijacking the order is going to keep $40 or $50 profit in some cases.
Just for making a phone call.
Just for making a phone call. That's exactly right.
But hold on a minute. Surely that money should go in flowers.
It should go to flowers, and unfortunately, the customer gets totally ripped in these cases. That's why it's most important that you find who you like in that town and make sure that you try to make sure you're talking directly to that florist in that town.
Am I right in saying they'll actually put up maps?
Oh, absolutely. There's maps. Kremp Florist in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, one of the biggest violators of it, tries to put up maps like he's in your own town. KREMP is the name of that florist. Ironically, he was named Florist of the Year. I'm not sure what, maybe for a morality award. Maybe that was what it was for.
That was in 2006.
2006, I'm sorry. Wesley Berry, Florist in Michigan, another one, tries to wrap. It's confusion. What you're trying to do is you're trying to confuse the customer who's trying to simply be a nice person ordering flowers. They're trying to confuse them that they're talking to a local customer. There's no question that that's all. The whole observation here is Charles Kremp and Wesley Berry in these operations are trying to confuse the customers to believe that they're talking to a local florist.
As a CEO who's the employer of 400 people throughout this country in the floral industry, what do you say to the order gatherer who not only steals your domain name but steals your address and actually takes a picture of West Dodge Road in Omaha where your store is and purports to be you? What do you say to that, florist?
What I say is I hope you have no problem sleeping tonight, because what you're doing is you're taking nice people that literally are only going to buy flowers a couple times a year, and you're trying to make that experience a very unfavorable experience. Somebody that should have spent $40 on their mom ends up spending $65. And then many times they don't even get the full $40 worth of value. That's what ends up happening. So what I say to them is, one day you're going to get yours. The only reason they're beating the system right now is because the laws are so vague as far as how to prosecute these people. But I'm just telling you, when you need flowers, it's a very simple process. Look up, even if you have to call your local florist, say, I want to go to your website, give me your website address. Call your local florist, look for a local web address that's in that town. If you're calling Raleigh, look and see if there's actual street address that has 700 St. Mary Street or Pennsylvania or Omaha. Look for that street address.
And is it because of the nature of the business that this wire service oblique order gathering concept still exists? I mean, I order a pizza, I get 100% of a pizza.
Correct.
Right? I call a taxi, he takes me to the destination, not 75% of the way there. What is it about the floral industry that allows this kind of operation to exist?
Well, I think part of the problem is it's always been a very ma and pa kind of business where everybody's always very trusting. There was not a lot of deception in this kind of business. We always have our eyes open with other industries. This particular industry, we never had to have our eyes open. We had a relationship with a local florist. They were there for years. We didn't have to worry about it. Now, as the internet has become such a primary source of ordering flowers, it's also made an easy path for crooks to get involved. That's all they are, is crooks, total crooks.
Right. And then there's people, so you're telling me there's people out there that purport to be florists, and yet they never touch a flower.
Never touch a flower. They're operating out of call centers, and even those that do, like I mentioned, Charles Kremp and Wesley Berry.
Right.
This is what they decide to do. They want to confuse the public, and they say there's no law against confusing the public. Of course there's no law confusing the public. If that's what you choose to do, as long as it doesn't cost the public any extra money, I have no problem with it. The problem is it costs the public a fortune.
I suppose finally, who fills the orders, Brian? Does your company?
No, I won't take them. If I know an order gatherers give me the order, I won't even do it. I won't be part of the. I won't even be part of this ridiculous criminal behavior.
Right.
You know, again, moralistic, criminal, whatever you want to call it, it's somebody's getting ripped off because they think they're talking to a local florist. Why would you possibly pay a service fee for calling an order into your own town? It makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
$19.99. It's absolutely absurd.
How much life has this got? How much life do the wire services and these order gatherers have?
I think the time is limited, but in the meantime, I don't want to see people get ripped off. If a college kid is, working all semester, has a few extra bucks, wants to send his mom flowers, I think it's criminal. I really do. If the kid's got $40 and some order gatherer sucks an extra 60 out on top of him, and then his $40 order turns into a $30 order, his poor mother gets $30 worth of, flowers, and the kid spends $60.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
So call your local florist. Make sure you're talking to a local florist. It doesn't have to be a McCarthy shop. It has to be a local brick and mortar shop somewhere that you have confidence in. That's all we ask you to do. And if you do this, you'll be able to. Everybody will be happy with the flower business. You'll be able to continue ordering flowers like you did in the old days with no worries.
Makes blooming sense, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Brian.
My pleasure.